Hey guys, this is Rachel Youngson here with useplr.com and wholefoodplr.com. We are here with our weekly PLR Power Hour. This is where we ask questions, get resources, talk about PLR, and more than anything, we connect as a community and share how we are using PLR in our business. Today, I wanted to go over something that we've been doing recently, which is Facebook ads and Facebook pixels. Now, I should say that I am still working on creating my Facebook ad and getting the information from that. But because I had set up my pixel, I'm getting a lot of cool information from my website that I thought could benefit everybody. And before we look at it, I just want to remind you that this is without me spending a dime in Facebook ads. This is without me doing anything with the actual ad. I just got my pixel. We went over how to do that the other week. There's a recording in the group. But I just got my pixel, put it on my website, and it started collecting cool information. So I wanted to just go ahead and show you really quick how to do that. So if you look, let's see, where are we? Screen 2? Okay. Okay, so if you look over here at our Use PLR site, I have tons of extensions, so just ignore most of these, but over here we have our little Facebook Pixel Helper. Now that's the one that you want to click when you're on your own site. If you're on another site that runs ads, it's not going to do anything because it has to be attached to your pixel, which it seems to do automatically once it attaches to your Facebook. So, but you'll go over here and you'll just click this little button, and then it looks a little bit confusing, which is the big reason why I wanted everybody to kind of see how I did it, because I look at this and I'm always like, where do I go? What do I do? You don't click anything here, you don't click anything here, just go over here to view analytics. And what it will do is pull into your business Facebook account, business.facebook.com, to grab these analytics, and it will take you directly to the place. Now, I should tell you that everything that you're seeing is from the past week and a half, maybe 2 weeks at the most. So this isn't going to be a true scope of the traffic that I get on USPLR in a month. Also, we haven't done any releases lately over at USPLR, even though we've been blogging over there. And that also makes a difference. When you do releases, of course, you get traffic to your site based on the product that you're putting out. So the first thing that I want to show you is you don't just get your users, but you also get the retention rate, you get the typical length of time that they're there, which is super important because, as you know, people jump on a web page and they get distracted and they jump off pretty quick. That's kind of the way that the internet works right now. Is it's kind of like ADD for people. So you get to kind of see what people are doing, where they're coming from, how long they're staying. You get to see the activity for your users along with your 24-hour activity, which I think is really good and will really be beneficial as time goes on and you keep collecting this data. You can always view reports on everything, which is another piece of really solid information that will help you. And honestly, I have to say, like, I am so pleased with this that I think for those of my friends who use Google Analytics, if you use this in combination with Google Analytics, you'll probably be pretty unstoppable. I honestly don't see much here that Google doesn't capture or isn't, I don't see that they've missed much that Google captures. So I don't know how very valuable it would be, but honestly, I suck at checking my analytics, and it's so much easier for me to just click on that little Chrome extension and look at all this data from here. You also get to see your traffic sources, which I think is great. The direct traffic, I'm not sure of, but I believe that's from my emails because I know that that's where I get the most clicks. That's where I send the most information, like I send to the most users. So that's my thinking, is that that's what it is. If someone knows something different, please let me know. Of course, you get your search engines, your social networks, which is really important. Because if you see here, my social networks, I've only gotten 12 users recently from this social network, and I think this might be for this month, but I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure it's for this month, but don't quote me on that. If someone knows anything about this, please let me know, because I'm pretty new to this myself. But that tells me, though, that all the work that I spend, all the time that I spend pulling these affiliate promotions from my emails and putting them on my social media sites, that I think is making me those affiliate commissions that I'm getting, maybe that's not where I'm getting those affiliate commissions. You know, I mean, it's definitely something for me to think about, because if what I put on social networks brings you back to my blog all the time, even if you're going to my blog and then going to an affiliate link from there, it always goes back to my blog. So now I get to evaluate, is that really a worthy use of my time? And I wouldn't know that if I didn't have this information. And there's something down here that is my favorite thing, and I think it's just the most cool thing that's ever existed. Active users by the hour, so that you kind of get an idea of when people are at your page, and how many people tend to be at your page at a typical time. So I can tell right here, Mondays between 6 and 8, looks like 7 a.m., my biggest time this week. I don't know why. It just is. Seems pretty early to me, but I mean, now, is that because people are opening my emails? Did I send that Monday email a little earlier than I usually do? I don't know. That's something that would take a little bit of evaluation on my part, but it's important information to know. And all of that stuff, all of this data, you can view as your full report, and then you can look at it in terms of, okay, well, when am I going to send my emails? If I'm posting things on social media that are going to lead to my blog, when am I going to do that? If I'm making a YouTube video that's going to lead to my blog, you know, what time frame is best for me to schedule things to go out, schedule things to happen? The age and gender, I think, is really cool, but because I've only been doing the pixels for a couple of weeks now, they don't have enough information to start getting this. But once you can start getting this kind of information, I feel like it's going to really give you a much better understanding of who is my audience, who am I talking to. I think you can also get their location, but their country, but I'm not 100%. Oh, hey, look, I do have gender. Oh, so I guess I'm doing better than I thought. All right, so I know that I have a majority of female users, but I have almost as many male users, which is important because I've actually had emails that I've sent where people have responded and said, hey, you know that we're all women anyway. Like if I send an email, I tend to talk the way that I talk to people in my normal life. And in my normal life, I live with two guys. And so even if I'm with all my girlfriends, I'll say like, hey guys, let's go get some wine. Even though we're all ladies, you know, that's just the way that I speak. And I've had people email me back and say, hey, you know that we're women, right? You know, we're all women. And that was the assumption based on the fact that I'm a female business owner. But apparently I have almost as many males as I do females coming to that site. And that's very important for me to know. That can change the things that I decide to promote. That can change the way that I speak to the audience. You know, that's all very beneficial information. Again, coming from a pixel, you don't spend a dime in Facebook ads to get this information. So it's pretty cool information to have. Keep on scrolling. No big surprise. Most of my folks are in the United States. As I think all of us experience, most of our people are based in English-speaking places, such as the United States, obviously. You have a lot of things that you can do that I have not even touched on because I have no idea how to do it yet. And I think that it would be, honestly, I worry about breaking it. When I know a little bit more about it, I'll feel a little bit more comfortable. But right now, I'm a little afraid of breaking things. But you can do things like you know, we talked a couple of weeks ago about how you can create Facebook events so that, like, if something happens, then something happens. You can look at the funnels. You can create funnels. You can create these journeys, which I have no idea what it is, but it seems pretty exciting to me. Looks like that's something that you get for when you do your events. Shows your customer behavior across multiple event sources, which, again, very good information to have. How is my audience responding? What are they doing? Where are they going, and how are they navigating through what I have? That will also give you a great idea of what they need next, what you can do for them moving forward, and what you can maybe give them more of. Super important information. So down here, people, you got your age and gender, which I guess it's not showing me all the time now. I know that most of my language is English speaking, or English, not too surprising. No real city information, but a lot of these demographics I do believe are going to be like the age and gender, where the longer you have the pixel in place, the more that this information is going to be captured, and the more that you're going to understand about that. Over here in settings, now I should tell you, I have not touched a darn thing in these settings just because I have this fear of breaking things. And for the record, a lot of you know that I also have my own, I also run an Amazon FBA business, and I was the same way with Amazon for the longest time. I was terrified that if I touched the wrong thing, I'd break the whole Amazon. I don't know, I just am. So logically, I know that I can't break all of Facebook, but I'm still a little nervous. So that looks like, with the events that you can create, you can do all sorts of neat things, allowing analytics to see your purchase information. Of course, you have your currency and your time zone, and permissions. I'm not really too sure about that, but I'm sure someone in our group is going to be a little more familiar with that, and they will be able to let us know. Over here in this little three stripe box here, I've heard somebody call that a hamburger, which I think is kind of cute. You have your events manager, where you can create all of your events, your audiences, your ads manager, your business settings, and your commerce manager. Now the audiences, excuse me, okay, the audiences is kind of, well, not kind of, it's very important because it allows you to see where people, like what kind of people that you want to attract and build them. So I did run an ad way back in 2016, which is like forever ago now. But I ran this, and it looks like I saved the audience based on the PLR.me group, which I don't know if that's still, if that's honestly the truth, because it was 2016, but I think it was. Anyway, though, you can build your audience based on a lot of different things. The big thing that I want you to know, though, is with Facebook, you have the option, and this is super cool, to take your email list and put it into your Facebook, and it will target those users. That is important, folks, because those are the users that you already have a connection with. They're the people that are already on your list. Now they're going to start seeing things from you when they're on Facebook. Super great, super important. My understanding is it's just as simple as downloading the file, the CSV file, and uploading it. I don't know for sure, but that's the rumor. So if anybody has any questions on that, though, we do have some people in the group who are a little more familiar with Facebook ads than myself, and we can make sure that we get those answered for you. Last thing is, when you go to the Facebook, if you click on the F right over here, that will take you to the Business Manager home. So your Facebook Business Manager page, the home page here is a little bit different than the page that you're on where you see your stats for your website. And the reason is because your website stats, remember, we grab right up here with your extension, your Facebook Pixel Helper. Once you look at those stats and you review them, then just click on the F over here and it'll take you back to the main Business Manager page. Now, the reason that's important is because you can really get lost here. And if you're starting out at the Facebook Business Manager page, for me at least, it's super crazy to figure out all my use PLR stuff. So that's why I always go to my webpage, start there, and then come back here. Now, these, of course, are my pages here in Facebook. So I can go to my page, for instance, my Use PLR page. I'll click Go to Page, and then I can see different stats here. On the surface, it kind of looks just like my regular page. It gives me, the same information that I'd have, but it also gives me these insights. It also has the publishing tools and Ad Center, but I don't touch those. So from these insights, I can see actions on my page, how many people liked my page in a certain time period, my post reach, your responsiveness time, which might not affect too many of my friends, but if you are one of my friends in a service-based business or a service provider, then you may want to pay attention to that because that could affect how your audience views you, if you're not getting back to them in a timely manner. Down at the bottom though, you see, oh, this is so cool. You see how your posts are being received. So I know that my blogging power, my PLR Power Hour reached 15 folks. And so that tells me that that's at the higher end. That's something that I would take note of because I would say, okay, well, obviously my community likes that. I need to do more of those types of posts where they can get engagement and they can get one-on-one assistance and that kind of thing. Intermittent fasting, my audience liked that. Obviously, I have an audience that likes health content. Very important for me to know because now I can do what? Of course, create more of the same. Super important stuff. I should tell you my Facebook page, I don't do really jack on my Facebook page. I just don't. I mean, I will update it with affiliate promotions, but as far as the engagement portion where I talk and respond to people, that all happens in my Facebook group. So yes, the engagement looks low here, and there's a reason for that. And the reason is because if we were looking at the insights for my group, that engagement and that reach would be much higher because that's where everybody is expecting to talk to me and expecting to be able to find all the content that I'm putting out in one place. So that's the reason for that. 227 total likes. You'll get to know when and how much engagement you're getting this week. All good stuff. And I have 2 pages, so I could just go through each page. You can see your followers, which I think is pretty cool. So I know I had 234 followers on May 13th. Looks like June 7th, I got 2 more followers, which doesn't seem like much, but the chart does make it look like a lot more than it is. So that's good. Organic followers, unfollows. I haven't had any of those since May. That's another important thing to know because that tells me that people are happy enough to stick around. Regardless of whether they're engaging or not, they're not unfollowing. Where your follows happened, I don't know a lot about this, but looks like this is something that could be over time as we keep collecting data, maybe over the next couple of months. It seems like it could be something that really gives us a lot of good information, a lot of good insight. So, want to get back, click on the Facebook. Here I am, right back here, where it all happens. Let's see. And that's pretty much that, my friends. I did want to let everybody know that we are thinking, well, not thinking, we're more than likely going to finish our series on the Facebook ads, and that is likely going to be our last routine PLR Power Hour for the time being. It's just a matter of making sure that we're serving everyone in the best way possible. And even though these power hours are fun, and even though it gives us a great way to connect with everybody, I also don't know if it's the best way for me to service the group as a whole. So I'm looking more into that kind of stuff. So we're going to, like I said, though, we are still going to finish this series on taking your blog posts and turning it into a Facebook ad and that kind of thing, because the last thing I'd want to do is leave you with that unfinished. So we're going to do that. And we're also looking at other people who host meetings that might be beneficial for different members in our group. So we'll get back to you on that. But I'll get back to you on that. Why do I say we? I don't know. But so that's all that we have for today. Let's see, it's 1:27. I should tell you that we are not meeting next week. I have another meeting, and then we will be back in 2 weeks, though. So that's that. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments. Please tag me in Facebook or reach out to me at rachel@useplr.com. I am always here to take care of whatever you need. That's what I love to do. So, all right, my friends, take care, be kind to each other, and have a wonderful week. I'll see you in 2 weeks.